we're trying to take these two boxes here, this one, and combine them into a smaller thing because we're running out of space. And this guy named Jester Porter said this is the best camera bag you could buy. So we went to Home Depot, we bought it, and we're putting two lights in here.
Nice.
To fiddle with it a little, but there we go. We just moved from this box and this box down to that.
Pretty
Maybe
nice.
a little smaller.
Yeah.
And then we got some extension cords too. It's a good place to get them. Now we're going to get Amara something. Have you guys seen this new transmission system from DJI? It came out like a few weeks ago, and I've never bought a piece of camera equipment so fast in my life because it was so perfect for me. It's about $500 for these two things, and in comparison, a Terra deck or the DJI Transmission System, they're usually at least $2,500. So it's a fifth of the price. Also, they're usually much larger than I would want to deal with, but these are really small and lightweight. So I thought I'd just buy them immediately and figure out how to make them work for me. So I've come up with a little setup that seems to work quite good, but I'm gonna tell you real quick, there is one major flaw with these. I'll show you in just a second, but I'll just show you my setup first and how nice the latency is. So we've got a transmitter on our FS7 right here. It's being powered through USB-C here that goes to the P-tap. I had tried doing USB, but USB cannot emit enough power to power this, unfortunately. So I had to get a P-tap to USB-C. And then we have SDI coming in through here. And that allows this image to be transmitted right there, which is so cool. If you look here, you'll notice a little bit of latency. Not much. I don't know if that would make it hard for a focus puller. Maybe too hard, I don't know. Ooh, what was that? Okay, all right, we're back. Maybe, was it the SDI cord? I think it was. Maybe this is not in securely. Okay, well, we're back. Cord's gotta be good, I guess. Okay, so, it may be too much latency for a focus puller, I don't know. But this is, what I wanna use this for is a director's monitor. And that just looks so good. And so this is the setup that I've come up with. I've got my Adamus Shinobi 5-inch. It's being powered by one battery. And then this is being powered by one battery. It seems to last a long time. I feel like one battery is enough to last you a whole day. Like not even the biggest battery there. And this is a little setup that I came up with. This is my gimbal handle. Popped it on the bottom there so you can use it as a tripod or not. And if I need to use my gimbal, then I'll just take it off and they can hold this by hand. And then we've got this attached on the top. We've got a little small rig attachment here that goes to a NATO rail. Okay, camera's on shoulder. Wife is monitoring. What do you think?
I think it looks awesome.
What's that like to like watch what I'm seeing?
It's nice.
And the cool thing is this can transmit through Wi-Fi as well, which is pretty cool. If I don't want to carry this around, if I want the director to just download an iPhone app, he can monitor it through that as well. And it works really good. I tested it. But there's one major flaw with this. Let me show you it. Okay, the one major flaw of this system is on an FS7. I've tested this on the FX30. It doesn't do this on the FX30, only on the FS7. But on the FS7, when you switch from 29.97 to 23.98, look at the transmission here. Okay, so let's switch. Watch this. Baby-rooney. The camera's gonna reset real quick. And this means we don't have a signal, but the signal's coming through. So watch this. As soon as we get a signal, these bars will go away. Watch what happens. when it gets a video feed. Boom, all right, we have video feed and it cannot comprehend the footage. And it doesn't say 29.9 set, and it says something weird about 4796. I tried this in 4K, I tried this in 1080p, and we have this issue in both scenarios. The one workaround though is it transmits 23.98 to an iPhone. So if you're using the app and you're on your iPhone or iPad, it will still work. But currently on the FS7, you can't shoot in 24 frames with this system. I'm assuming this is just a bug because it is transmitting it, but it's just having a trouble with this receiver for whatever reason. So I'm sure they'll probably fix it. But other than that, this system seems awesome. I'm excited to use it in the field. I like the idea of having a director seeing what you're doing instead of just looking over your shoulder. Because when someone like Magnolia is just working away, it's like, trying to look around her, kind of get annoying. You know? All broken down, this is all we need to bring for the setup. And all of that fits into the front of this new DeWalt bag. Look at that. We've got a stinger right there, 50-foot stinger. Second off, we've got another 50-foot stinger. And then, closed. There we go. Then third off, what are you laughing at? She thinks it's a jungle gym over there. Third off, we have 3 lights in here. We have an Aperture 60X and its cords. And then we have an Aperture 200X right there in its cords. Then we have the Zhone G300 and its cords. So we're able to fit 3 lights and an entire wireless director's monitor system in that bag and 2 stingers. So I kind of needed to do this because my trunk is completely full. So I had to optimize if I want to bring 3 lights. So now we can bring 4 lights to a shoot by just bringing those 2 bags. Hey. What? Magnolia. I hear some scratching pipe noises and this is what I come to see.
How'd you get up there? I'm gonna fall backwards any second.
Oh my gosh. Okay, something really cool that I just picked up that I don't usually see people talking about. I see people talking who are like in the industry and know things, but if you see it on B&H, there's like no reviews for these people's products. And there's like hardly any pictures. You wouldn't even know that they exist. But there's this phenomenal company called Vocus. They made this bar. They literally had just like a 3D render for the picture and like no reviews on Instagram. Oh no, sorry, on B&H, but it was phenomenal. And they make this phenomenal base plate system, which I got told about by the cranky cameraman, David Winters. He told me about it because he was looking into getting it. It's been highly recommended to him by other people in the industry. I went ahead and got it, and my goodness, it is phenomenal. I got it. It was on a great deal on B&H. I got it used, the exact one I want, and I got a plate that's designed to fit on pretty much any camera. So if I ever switch bodies, I'll be able to use that plate. But then I also got a used plate off of eBay that's designed for my FS7, and look how smoothly it fits it. It also works for the FX9, so now I have a plate that I can use for other cameras. It's in like my storage, but it works the same as this. It's just like flatter, it doesn't curve. But check this out. You just take it and boom. Oop, I gotta loosen it here. You just slide it on, boom, and now it's secure. And it can slide forward, or backward, and I can just, there's a pin on the other side, and I just lock it. So what's so cool is it can be on my shoulder, because I had a shoot recently where I can't post the footage from it because it's a secret shoot apparently, but I was on a shoot where I had a heavier lens than normal, and my camera was completely unbalanced because I had a cheaper 50 VCT or shoulder plate before. But check this out. So I could have it balanced like this. The lens is too front heavy, or if I need to adjust the weight, I can just, boom, slide it forward. And now we're like more balanced. And I just love that. That just seems so nice. It fits super well. The engineering is just phenomenal. But the quality is just phenomenal. My goodness. And we can so easily just pop a 15mm rod in here. They even have an adjustment back here just in case your VCT plate isn't tightening enough. You just tighten this. So thoughtful. Everything feels really good, extremely smooth. One last thing, I don't know if this is useful or not, but they did design this to be there we go, pulled out. These are magnets. So if you don't like this shoulder one, this is the softer shoulder pad. They have one that curves in more, and I haven't tried that one. I would love to try it, but yeah, if you want to change out the shoulder pad, or if you need to perform some maintenance down here or something, you can easily just pop it out and do that. So I'm super excited. I think this is gonna last me for a long time. And if you go to their website, they have different products, but it's the same thing. These like 3D renders. These are actually like really cool, very thoughtfully designed products, but you just like don't hear about them. And they just came out with an FX3 cage. They're substantially more expensive than a lot of the people who make cages and stuff like Tilta or Small Rig, but you got to keep in mind Tilta and Small Rig are built in China, and so they're using super cheap labor. These are built in Holland, and I think they're paying people a reasonable wage, so it's not going to be as dirt cheap as someone who's getting paid an unreasonable wage. We are location scouting a very interesting location today. We have a third team member here, and what we're doing here tonight is scouting out this venue, because if you remember about a month ago we did a shoot for a winery. Well, they also own this location, and they also host comedy events, and they're thinking about having us film one of those. But first they invite us to scout it out and enjoy ourselves a comedy show. So
Here we go.
this is the space that we're working with. Nice open room, pretty dark. We got a small stage on the left there. That's where we need to be focused. Over here on the right side, there is a bar, which means I don't think we'd want a camera over there.
She wants wine.
She wants wine? Yeah, the space is definitely crowded over on that side. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. 2 camera angle shot. 1 camera over there on the left near that post, and the other camera on that other post. That seems kind of the best. And then the sound booth is over there. So we just plug in like a Zoom recorder and then record the audio straight from the mixer. You can't have that.
I'm sorry.
You can't. Magnolia found this cute little place underneath this table, and she totally enjoyed the show from down there. She likes comedy just as much as I do. The show itself was actually quite great. They dimmed the lights more than I was expecting, and the stage just shone nice and bright. Like, this will be no problem filming. I love the look. It's nice and relaxing being in the room, and it's fun just like drinking alcohol, eating food, and just enjoying a comedy show. Unfortunately, Magnolia had a little bit too much fun, and she was heckling too much that we had to go outside so that the rest of the people could enjoy the show. So we just played with rocks and watched some cars drive by. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
I felt like some of those comedians were actually pretty good too.
Yeah, this last guy was great.
That's awesome. Cool space. I wonder what we can do here.